Hello there, it's me again, Kiki. Welcome to another episode of A Date with Kiki. A Date with Kiki is a show that opens everyone up to the inner world of men. It is a show where men share their experiences for others to learn from. The purpose of A Date with Kiki is to give men a platform to reform the world's view about the male gender, mentor each other across the globe, and give clarity to questions fellow men and boys or anyone could be asking about men. As you know, it's Father's Day season. Yeah, I'm excited. And in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be hosting fathers and their sons on A Date with Kiki. With me today is Kehinde Alabi, aka Kenny, or if you like, KSA. Kenny is a husband to the one and only Shirley babes, that's Shola Alabi, as a father to the adorable Kolade and our dear sunshine, Kolade. Kenny is a biochemist with over 20 years experience in the pharmaceutical industry. He is the chairperson and the founder of the charity organization, the Association of Africans in the UK. He is a passionate driving instructor and the CEO of KSA Driving School. The father and his sunshine, Kolade, are fans of Chelsea Football Club. Kenny loves God, his family, and people. He enjoys playing and watching football in his spare time. He is also a great host and a fantastic barbecue chicken maker. I shall be his guest soon. So welcome with me today, Kenny Alabi and his son, Kolade. Welcome. So guys, nice to have you guys with me on A Date with Kiki.
Thank you so much, and nice having us at your abode.
Thank you very much. Kolade, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. I like that. I've said a lot about you. Is there anything I missed out that you'd like to say about yourself? Or
I think you said virtually everything.
okay.
The only thing I would just add is right from my youthful days. You mentioned there that in my spare time I play football, but right from my youth, football has always been my first love. And right from my primary, secondary school, and the university days, I've
Wow.
always excelled in football. And right from the age of 16, I started earning money as a footballer
Wow.
when I was playing for Ajib Football Club in Lagos until I represented Nigeria in football, World University Games, until I traveled back to the UK. And presently, I'm a grade 1 FA football coach. And I've coached Grace Athletics Football Club under 5 till under 12, and now they are in the EJA, and I can proudly say that they are champions in their EJA.
Wow.
Won the double
Wow.
twice. So although I'm getting to my retirement soon.
No wonder Kolade is a champion as well. Well done. That's a good one. Because a question that came up in my head when you said you've been playing football from the age of 16 is to ask how that took that. Because thinking about Africa, you playing ball, that's at that age, I'm sure you were very rebellious.
To some extent, I would say yes.
Yeah, okay.
And my father, he was an educationist. So,
okay.
And he has his own experience when he was at school. I think one of his classmates got injured. And because there was no medical facilities then, the leg got amputated.
Wow.
That was back in the 40s, 60s. So because of that experience, he could not really champion us to play football. But even it got to an extent that he would give me the Bible to swear on the Bible that I wasn't going to play football. But I still went and played football, and I won so much accolades. A Principal's Cup, a Unity Cup, and things like that.
Wow.
And I think I have enjoyed it. I've not lost any passion, and that has actually propelled me up to today in terms of football. And I think the good thing is my son is taking after me really.
So, and he doesn't have to go through what you went through. No swearing and no.
No, not at all. 100% in support of.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well done, Dad. Now, talking about your son Kolade and the fact that we're here to celebrate Father's Day. That's it's the Father's Day season, like I said earlier on. Kolade is your first son,
yes.
Right? How did you feel the first time you beheld him and said, "Wow, a son"?
First and foremost, I gave God the glory because I mean my first child was a lady. It's a girl, Kolade, which she's doing fantastically well in academic and educational pursuit. And then I was praying to God, okay, I want a balanced equation. And so when it was actually given to me, and I said, oh God, this is what I actually wanted, and I said, yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah, and the excitement.
Oh, of course, I was ecstatic and happy. I
Yeah.
mean, very handsome but very big at that time, and I mean, I give glory to God and then to
Yeah.
my beautiful wife for,
Yeah.
I mean, for being supportive in all regard.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Yes, I can see very handsome. Although we've lost the big now to football.
I think so. At least it's
Yeah,
trimmed up very well now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, considering that Kolade, you had a daughter before Kolade, and obviously he coming on. I've been mother, I've got boys as well, and sometimes dad wants to discipline the son, and then we the mom were like, has there be any kind of rivalry between you and mom in terms of raising Kolade and all of the things it does?
Not really, because I would say, I mean, we're God-fearing people, and then we always pray to God for wisdom in terms of raising the children. And even my wife, I would say she's even tougher than me in terms of discipline. In fact, I won't say maybe she's even going too far in a sense. But I mean, they've all been well behaved, and if you have God-fearing children who are well behaved, I don't think you have problem in terms of bringing them up. So I thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God. That's good. Well done, Kolade. You're making the journey interesting for dad.
Yes.
Okay, how old is Kolade now? How old are you?
14.
Good, 14. So, dad, in between the age of 1 and 10, before Kolade crossed into the double twos where they can go to school by themselves and do all of those things by themselves, are there any beautiful memories, things you remember doing with Kolade that when you sit in your office by yourself, you just giggle and laugh, think, oh yeah, Kolade used to do that a lot?
Um, I think one of the very fascinating things that he was used to is each time we sit in the sitting room and he sees me walk into the kitchen, he follows me because he knows I'm going to give him something to eat. And as soon as we could be watching the telly, everybody say, as soon as I stand up, walk into the kitchen, he leaves exactly what he's doing, and then he walks into the kitchen with me, and that's it with him. So that's one thing that, I mean, I can remember. And then the other thing again, it was the very first time I took him to football. It was during the wet season. In fact, I looked at him that day and I said, my goodness, how is he going to survive all this? Because the pitch was very muddy, being the first time, and I didn't introduce him to such a thing at too early age. So he was being kicked here and there. He was crying and things like that. But at least I had to summon that he needs to be a man. And then after a while, he settled down. I think he's enjoying it now.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for staying put and not giving up and taking him off the mud because we can see it now. Okay. Wow, that's good. That kitchen one, does it still do that?
Yes, it does it.
Even at 14,
it still does it. And then my wife will be saying, okay, again they're going into the kitchen. Just leave my meat in the pot. I said, okay, no worries.
You try your best, not all of the time.
No.
That's good. So that's to say that there is a kind of bond between yourself and Kolade, right?
Yes.
So talking about bonding with your son, how have you managed that to ensure that you're there for him, you mentor him as a man, raising another man?
The very first thing is to identify his passion and then support him in that facet of his life. And I know that in terms of, although education, being the way we were brought up is the first thing, and my wife tends to handle that, being a teacher and everything. But I know that his passion is football. And because me, myself too, I mean, I'm a football loving person.
Sorry, his passion is football because it's your passion, or you identified that? I
knew that right from day one. Okay. I mean, any boy, by the time they kick the first ball, you as a football coach, you know that, okay, he's got something in it. So I knew that, and he developed it, interest and everything. If he, rather than going to school at times, we give him football to play all the time, he will play it. So I knew that, I mean, he's a football crazy in terms of when it comes to football. So, I mean, and I had to support him in that regard, and that actually gave us a very good bonding.
Okay. So, that means Kolade's got a dream.
Yes.
in terms of his football career, and now I know you said you support him. How have you practically supported that dream as a father?
It's been tough because over here they have categories of ages whereby you have the under 5. They start practically about under 5, and you register them into a football club, and then they have competitions everywhere. Saturdays and Sundays, Thursdays they do trainings, and you have to create time to take him to training. There's football competition all over whereby they travel as far as Birmingham, travel into Europe at times. So I mean, you have to create that time and things like that. And ask questions about if you're in that sort of a situation, what would you do as a footballer? Then if I need to, I mean, encourage him or channel him to do something else. And I think that's how practically actually encourage.
So the taking to games, Birmingham and all of those places, you were doing it yourself as the dad?
Personally, yes.
Not pushing it to mom?
No. Because my mom, I mean, his mom is very active actually, but I mean, she has her own entrepreneur that she's pursuing. So I mean, she might not probably have the time. But occasionally, if I'm totally out of it, she tends to find me.
So you realize that, well, maybe I'll say that you had this as your responsibility, and mom was there to support you.
Yes.
Well done, well done. Kolade, how has that been with dad? Dad taking you to football, standing there to watch you. How do you feel about that?
Well, I enjoy the journey to football because they're always exciting and fun, and I'm grateful that like every time he takes me to football, he watches me, even though sometimes it's in the winter, it's freezing cold, and
and he's there watching you. Wow, that cold. Well, bless you, Dad. So, Kolade, how has it been growing up with Dad as a son?
It's been a pleasure because my dad sets a good example for me to follow when I get older in the future.
Okay, can you tell us one of those examples?
Well, whenever my mum's not in the house, sometimes he will go and cook, or he takes me to football, even though sometimes he have work, he can cancel that.
Okay, so you know you have to do that for your own children.
Yeah.
Do you know how to cook?
Yeah.
What can you cook?
Pasta.
Okay. Other than that, you can rice.
I can boil rice, but
not exactly.
Not exactly cook rice.
Yeah, but well done. That's good. That's good. Dad, looking back at your growing up years, particularly as a teenager, what's one thing can you remember very vividly that, oh, I used to do this and I would love my son to emulate it?
Be respectful. Because even although my dad was a disciplinarian, he was first-class principal in those days, and you know what that means if you step outside the mark. But we've always been brought up to be very, very respectful, and again to be appreciative of what people do for you. So that's one thing that, although he is demonstrating that, something that is a continuous project in everybody's life.
Yeah.
Whatever, no matter how small, somebody does something for you, you show the appreciation. That means you are grateful for the person for doing that to you. So that's one thing that
Okay, good. And another thing off the back of that, that's one thing that you did as a teenager that no way, this boy shouldn't go near that.
There's what we call juvenile delinquency, because I went to a boarding house, and you know, in those days, they are not exposed to that. And I remember I went to Federal Government College Doani, which is right in the bush in those days, and you see kids, we still go out even in the night, even after lights out in those days, you jump the fence, go and buy bread from Igbira Hut, come back. And now these days, now I look back and I say, my goodness, what if we've been bitten by a snake or a scorpion and things like that in those days? Which, some people have gone through that and they've regretted it. But thank God that
you are still intact.
Protected us in those days. And a few things like that. And one other thing, maybe that's what actually led us to me to be passionate about driving. We started driving at a very early age, back at home, at the age of 10. we were driving. And I remembered one day that myself and my brother, we had an accident. But the car wasn't damaged. But for whatever reason, the car came back on its side and went into the bush reversing, and we didn't know how we survived it.
Wow.
And up to tomorrow, I don't know. Each time I think about that, I just say, "Oh God, I don't know." So that's one thing I would.
I think practically every boy tried that driving skill in Africa, particularly in Nigeria. Because I remember my younger brother telling the story some time ago of how it would go and pick dad's car, drive it around, and then if there's any scratch, it will go park it there. And then when dad comes back and sees the scratch, dad will go, somebody has come to scratch the car. No, it wasn't.
So it's one of those things.
Oh dear.
But I mean, we thank God here, the law actually
Curbs all of that.
you to do things like that. And so.
But like you said, that was an experience for you, and you're using that experience to help people.
Yes.
So you teach a lot of people how to drive and all of that. Well done, well done. It's good to be able to translate our experience in life to helping other people's life. Thank you so much for that. We'll go on a short break now, and we shall be back. Stay tuned. Thank you. Thank you for staying tuned, and I still have Kenny and his son Kolade with me. Now, we've been asking Dad a lot of questions. Now over to Kolade. I hope you're ready for me. Yeah, good. Now, Kolade, one thing I'd like to know is, what's the best thing about your dad, and why would you say that?
I would say the best thing with my dad is that he's very selfless, and that he puts himself on the line for others, and that he never thinks about himself first in a situation, always thinks about trying to help other people than himself.
Wow. I know that. I feel it. Thank you. So, can you give an example of a time where you've seen your dad do that, actually, a practical one?
Well, when taking me to football, he could earn more money at work, or paying for my school fees. He could use the money he uses for my school fees and buy himself a new car or something like that.
But he spends it on
me.
Wow. Well done. You're such a lucky boy. I hope you say thank you to Dad a lot. You try to. Okay, now, looking at Dad now, Kolade, I want you to think about three things. One, what is that one thing Dad does that you like so much and you want him to continue to do? What is that one thing that Dad does that you like, no, Dad, I want you to stop that? And that one thing you would love that to do that he doesn't do it right now, but you want him to start doing. So now we're talking about continue, stop, and start.
I would like him to continue to be selfless and thinking about others and being sympathetic. I would like him to stop, he eats a lot, so I would like him to stop and maybe start exercising a bit more or eating healthier food.
Okay, we need to take that to Mom, right? So, but you need to help Dad as well. So now you say you make pasta. You need to learn to make salad for Dad, and buy fruits for him and all of that. Bless you. Well done, Dad. Back to you.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Now, going ahead into Kolade's future, now projecting. Let's assume there is a one day in the future, in Kolade's future, that you go into now. What would you like to meet Kolade doing?
I would like him to be a fulfilled person, to be a professional footballer.
A fulfilled professional footballer. Amen. Amen. I say amen to that. When you become one, remember Auntie Kiki. Well done. And then lastly, or maybe almost lastly from you, Dad, what would you say to that teenage boy out there who's going without a dad?
I know it's tough. It's considering all the activities and all what is going on outside. The only advice I will give is listen to your mom and try and hold on to God Because if the light of God shines on you, I think that will lead you in the path of righteousness. That is one thing that could be a guidance. And I'm sure the mother who does not have a man beside will always want the best for the son.
Yeah.
So just listen to your mom and don't hurt her in any form of shape, particularly emotionally, and then try and be of best behavior in all regard. Really. But above all, have God as and be prayerful as well, so that at least you can listen to what He is telling you, and then He will guide you as well.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much. And to that father out there, or to the fathers out there who have got sons in their life, what would you say?
First and foremost, I would tell all fathers to be a role model to their son, because and the voice of a man in a house, we know these days is very important. I mean, a boy will always want to test the boundaries, regardless. That's what we call juvenile delinquency, or let's see more. But a man should always come in and stand his authority and lead the children in path of righteousness, be God-fearing, so that at least if the son sees dad as a role model, doing the right things at the right time, that will impact on their life as well. So I think that's just the advice I would give.
Be a role model to your son. Be a present dad, and allow your son be there for their son and be present. I think that's one thing that's key. Being present, particularly with the things that are happening around us. The voice of the father in the house.
Is very important.
It's very important. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much
sir.
For having us.
Now, finally to you, young Mr. Kolade. I want you to look dad in the eye. Now you need to change your position. Sit properly. Face your dad. Look him in the eye and say thank you to him. Just say something sweet to dad. How you feel about him being your dad over these years. Eyeball to eyeball. Dad, you might need to change your position to feel comfortable. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
No, you need to say more. How do you feel? What is this everything?
Thank you for taking me to football.
You're not looking at Dad.
Thank you for taking me to football whenever, in every single weather, raining, snowing, freezing cold. Thank you for being a great role model to me, and for showing me the right things to do, and for giving me a good path to have a better future.
Thank you. Thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on A Date with Kiki. I will draw the curtain there today. Fathers, happy Father's Day to you once more. If you've got anything you feel you want dads to do more with their sons, or what you feel you want dads can start to do or stop doing with their sons, please feel free to add that to the comment. And thank you once again for watching. Love you.